And to help us out with our first round of topics is Renee Seiler, founder of the website blog Good Enough Mother, former host of the CBS Early Show, as well as the mother of 2 teenagers. Welcome, Renee.
Mom of 2 teenagers, and you still have all your hair.
I do, yes. They're making me crazy. They only make the noise of 20, interestingly enough.
But I want to know, how did you start blogging? This is fantastic, and getting this whole mommy support. I love it.
Yeah, so I started writing because Good Enough Mother was the companion website to my book, which was Good Enough Mother. And I really started it because I wanted women to understand that they didn't have to be perfect to be great parents. You know, it was all right to space a play date or to send your child to school on picture day wearing a screen t-shirt. It wasn't the end of the world, and by the way, I've done both of those things.
Yeah, because the mom always gets the blame. It's like,
you can't be perfect. You can't take all the credit. You can't take all the blame.
Oh, no, we take all the credit.
You have to, otherwise you're going
You just blame the dad. Well, it's dad's fault when they go to school with no shoes on, right?
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
So are you up for tackling some hot topics with us?
I would love it. I'm game.
Well, let's start with our first topic. It's one that caused a lot of discussion on our Facebook page. It prompted one mom to submit this question.
Hi, doctors. When I'm out in public with my 7-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter, it stresses me out when my son needs to use the public restroom. Taking him into the public ladies' room is a little difficult at this age because he's become a little curious about women's parts. And now I'm forced to let him use the men's room alone because A, I'm not going in there myself, and B, I can't take my 5-year-old daughter in there. Is there an appropriate age to allow my son to use the public restroom alone?
Personally, my take on this is, first of all, let's not call them women's parts or lady parts. Can we call them what they are?
Body parts.
Yeah,
what are they?
Body parts. That's
use the real name, like a penis.
I think we can say penis and vagina, and it becomes easier to say as you say it. It's what it is. It's not lady parts. It's not anything to be ashamed of. It's what it is.
But in a women's restroom, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have urinals, so you actually go into the stall, shut the door. In the men's restroom, there's really no hiding a daughter's eyes from what's going on there.
There is a strategy. Okay, so first of all, I think if you're in the instance with the woman and the son, you can go up and you can say to your child, look, I'm going to stand right outside here, right outside of the restroom. If you are, I think it's important to empower your child to make decisions when they feel like they're not comfortable. If someone is too close to them or doing something that they feel makes them uncomfortable, to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to leave, or to ask for help. The other thing is have them use the stall. They don't have to use the urinal. They can use the stall.
And then they have their privacy.
In the stall. That's a good idea. Exactly. You know, we actually did a little Facebook poll. We wanted to see what the viewers thought about this. So we asked the question, at what age did you first let your child use a public bathroom by him or herself? As you can see, almost half people said 8 or older. But it's interesting that 16% of the viewers thought that even at age 3 or younger, young enough, old enough, that's pretty young.
I don't feel good about that.
You know what's going to happen. And
they can get themselves in trouble.
Is there an age, Dr. Sears, and obviously it's different depending upon the situation of the child, but is there a standard age at which, you know, it's safe to start considering letting your child go in alone?
You know, like you said, it's going to really vary on the type. You know, is this a restaurant with just one stall in it, very kind of controlled situation, or is this a baseball stadium with 2 entrances that, you know, you got to watch out for? So it's really going to vary. But around ages 6 to 8 is kind of that average age where it usually starts to be okay.
I went to the restroom by myself at a St. Louis Cardinals baseball game when I was young.
Remembered it, huh?
And I came out, and I could not find my family.
Oh, man.
And I started running around, and it ended up being, you know, the game was over. It was the rush for the exits, and it was over the intercom. Mr. and Mrs. Stork, we have your son at security. Point is, it is easy in these busy restrooms. Even, I think I was probably 9.
Yeah, but you know what?
You get lost in the shuffle.
That's when mom turns around and says, Dad, this is your fault. You lost my child.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it can get embarrassing. My wife had our son in the stall. Mom was the one that needed to use the bathroom, but, you know, where are you going to put the little guy? So she takes him along with her. And, you know, doing the sit-down thing, and pretty soon he starts making comments like, man, Mom, that smells terrible. And, you know, and everybody else in the, hey, you know, wow. You almost done, Mom?